Get your boy Jackie Dumpson, check it out, because lost in the madness and the truffle butter of yesterday's fuckery, Drake actually announced that Views from the Six will be coming in April. Now, he's been making mentions, and Drake, I think he's really taking this Illuminati shit really to heart, because all he does on Instagram and with these songs is drop little subliminals like he's in some fucking secret cult. We get it, motherfucker. You're Jewish, you wear a yarmulke, you ain't in no motherfucking Illuminati. Let's get that straight. You're just trying to confuse the fans. We all get it. The dumb niggas, they still think you're in a cult. You ain't in no motherfucking cult. Okay, you're a Jewish guy with a bunch of connects. Now, with that being said, everybody knows Drake's my favorite artist, but I gotta tell the truth. But still, Drake announced that his album will be coming out in April 2016th. He's been making mentions of, all jokes on you, or I get the last laugh, and obviously that kind of centers or is related to April Fool's Day. He hasn't given us an official date yet. However, we could only speculate that it's probably going to be towards the beginning of the month. Now, this is obviously a change, because his last studio album, or what he calls his last studio album, Nothing Was the Same, was released 3 years ago in 2013. He dropped Nothing Was the Same, and obviously he did a whole promo tour, or really like he promoted that album. He gave us a date and people copped it, right? However, with this album, he's also kind of doing the same. If you remember with the tapes he dropped, and I'm talking about If You're Reading This Is Too Late, and of course, What a Time to Be Alive, they just kind of came out, and the sales reflected that, yes, maybe it works for Beyonce, where she does 1 million first week, but it did not really work for Drake. Drake's sales declined when he just dropped an album out the blue. Even though it's big numbers in general, 500,000 records sold, that's what he kind of sold with If You're Reading This Is Too Late, he came off an album where he sold about 700. So he declined. So I think he's going back to his regular process of, I'm going to give you guys a single. I'm going to tell you guys when the album is about to come out. Look out for it this month, and you'll kind of get it. Okay, not everybody's Beyonce. We'll see with even Rihanna. Did Rihanna do the Beyonce, or everybody learning that, listen, dropping an album out of the blue might be really easy as far as getting it out digitally, right? Because you don't have to ship out immediate physical copies. However, you're not going to get that sales boost you would probably want to have by actually promoting the album. Okay, as I said, not everybody's Beyonce. Now, as far as content, I listened to Summer 16. I kind of like it. But here's my whole thing with Drake, okay? Drake, for me, he's at legacy mode, okay? Where will you be when it's all said and done? Now, I've told you guys before, Drake, because of the ghostwriting allegations, I will never put him in a top MC conversation, because we ain't know if you writing your shit, bruh. We can't have a top MCs of all time conversation with Drake, because we don't know what he wrote or what he didn't write. Same thing, we can't throw Dr. Dre in the mix. Same thing, we can't throw Kanye in the mix. If you have been getting help and you've been publicizing that you got help writing your bars, you can't be no top MC conversation. However, you could be in a best hip hop artist of all time conversation, which I think Drake is in that conversation. Now, for him, he gotta kind of show and prove, drop great product, and that's the thing. When you're talking about just hip-hop artists, you're talking about the product. He's been putting out good albums, and I don't think he's had a whack album, but I don't think he's had that legacy-defining album. I mean, Take Care is a personal classic for me, but I don't think he's had a Reasonable Doubt. I don't think he's had a Tupac, All Eyes on Me. I don't think he's had a Life After Death. So unless we're going to say Drake might have, at least with content, peaked out at Take Care, I can't see what else he has to do at this point other than really challenge himself to make the best works he's ever made. Now, as I said, he's not putting out whack shit. He continues to dominate the charts, but even then, you realize that he has a solid level, which is way above everybody else, because he's never had a #1 song on the Billboard Hot 100 charts, and he's the hottest thing in the game. But he's not putting out stuff that's really just completely killing everybody, okay? And when I'm talking about that in terms of quality, in terms of staying power, content, and it's not only about having some singles that chart really well or really cashing out on your popularity because you sell really well. You got to put out the product that we know that says, damn, this will be talked about 10 years from now. For example, we will be talking about To Pimp a Butterfly 10 years from now. We will be talking about Good Kid, Mad City 10 years from now. I'm not sure we're going to be talking about much Drake projects other than in terms of sales 10 years from now. And I think that's the only thing is left on Drake's table. He's a legend. You might not agree, but he is. If you look at the numbers, he has been running this shit for a minute. I think he probably catching like athlete's foot or something like that. But he got to put down and deliver a project that sets him above everybody else. That when people mention Drake, they could be like, damn, Drake is that nigga. And when you think about Drake, you think about these projects because they define not only him, but the generation. So I think that's what we're waiting for. I'm waiting for it. And I'm not sure if we're going to get it. However, I don't doubt that he's going to continue to run hip hop for the next couple of years because there's no real competition as far as being able to do everything and cover all bases like Drake does to appeal to the clubs, the quote-unquote street at times, right, to the emo niggas, okay, the simps, right, of course, the sucker for loves, and of course, the hoes and thoughts. So until there becomes a true competitor, I think Drake's going to keep on running this shit, even though I don't think the material he's putting out are legacy defining. And as I said, they're not whack. They're not whack. I actually like all of his projects. I just feel like we need a critically acclaimed album, and other than Take Care, I don't think we've got it yet. Get in the comment box, make sure you guys like, definitely subscribe. It's your boy Jacademics, man. I'm out.